I have learned simple principles that it doesn't matter what happened, I will always take side with my father and my mother. I'm just telling you. I had an elder brother of mine who was born again, and he had a problem with my dad, and my dad was very mad with him. And I went and I spoke to him and I said, listen, I don't like this thing between you and the old man. You all gotta fix this thing. And he said to me, listen, I'm your elder brother. I know you're the preacher, but I'm your elder brother. You gotta listen to me. The old man is wrong and somebody have to stand up to him. And I said, hey brother, I said, big bro, let me tell you something. You don't stand up to this old man. I said, this old man, he's too wise. He's been on the road for a long time. And I said, whatever your issues are with him, just make peace with him and live. He said, no, you can tell me what to do. So I left it alone. I traveled to London. The night I was going to London, I said, there's a prayer meeting and I need you in the prayer meeting. He said, don't worry. He didn't go. When I landed in London, I called home and they said he was dead. And I said, but there was nothing wrong with him. He wasn't sick. There was nothing wrong with him. And I said, what happened? They said they found him in the morning and he was lying between the door to his bedroom. He was in another city and he was in the capital city, and there was blood from his nose. Blood. And I called my father and I said, Dad, Kwamna is dead. What do we do? And listen to what he said. He said, don't bring his body to my house. Take him from the mall and bury him. He's a cursed son. He's what? A cursed son. Listen, there's a lot of problems with the church in America because for whatever reason, this thing about independence and being free has entered into the church and is undermining divine ordinances. And people can stand up to their dad and their moms. Before my father died, he summons all his kids, and we came from all over the world. And watch something. He said to them, Nicholas, which is me, is one of your youngest, and he's the Joseph of my family. And he said, I'm handing you all over to him. If you listen and hear him, it will be well with you. And those of you who don't, it's up to you. And he died. I was preaching in Philly one night, and the Lord said, your father is leaving the earth tonight. So I called and I couldn't reach him. Then the next day I had a call and said, your dad called. He wanted to talk to you. He couldn't get hold of you. And when I called, they said he left last night. He passed. But watch me. All my siblings who had issues with him and they always fought with him, all of them, as soon as he passed, all of them have died. Not one lived. All has died. All of them. It's not about being right. Life is not about being right. Sometimes you have to choose between your peace and your right. And number two, I have learned by experience that it is better to be kind than to be right. Listen, I'm right. It's not about being right. And he said, before you were born, I knew you. Tell somebody, I'm chosen. So yes, you are. I'm chosen. You are not here by accident. You are not here by chance. You didn't choose your father and your mother. God determined that. That was determined by God. And I don't care how much you like your neighbor or your uncle and your auntie. That is not your dad and your mom. And I don't care how bad your daddy is and your mama is. I am not here to say that fathers and mothers are angels. That is not what I'm saying. Fathers and mothers are problems. I tell my kids, I said, I have never been a father before. This is my first time of being a father. So learn to bear with me. I'm learning on the job. And I'm going to make mistakes. And I am not an angel. So I'm not saying fathers are angels. And I'm not saying mothers are angels. Some fathers, oh Lord have mercy. And some mothers, hallelujah. But they are still father and they are still mother. You see, the Bible said in God, Genesis 9, and God blessed Noah and his kids. Noah and his kids. When Ham uncovered Noah's nakedness, he had forgotten that the only reason why he was alive to see his father's nakedness was because of his father and not because of his righteousness.